On a cold October morning in 1870, 2,000 warriors gathered on the banks of a river in what's now southern Alberta. By nightfall, hundreds would be dead. This was the largest battle ever fought between Indigenous nations on Canadian soil. And most Canadians have never heard of it. The Belly River. A winding waterway cutting through the plains of what's now Alberta, Canada. For centuries, it marked the boundary between two great powers, the Blackfoot Confederacy to the west, and the Cree and Assiniboine to the east. And in October 1870, that boundary would be written in blood. To understand this battle, you need to understand the world these nations inhabited. The Blackfoot Confederacy, the Siksika, Kainai, and Piikani, controlled the western plains. They were powerful, proud, and had dominated the region for generations. The Cree and Assiniboine, pushed west by European expansion, were looking for new territory. And the buffalo, the lifeblood of both nations, were becoming scarce. The Blackfoot had heard rumors. A massive Cree war party, over 1,000 warriors led by the legendary chief Big Bear, was moving west. The Blackfoot called a council. Chiefs from all three bands gathered. They sent out scouts. And they prepared for the largest battle their nation had ever faced. October 25, 1870. The two forces met along the Belly River. The battle raged for hours. Blackfoot warriors, outnumbered but fighting on home ground, used the terrain to their advantage. They fought from behind riverbanks, from ridges, from the cover of buffalo grass. By the end of the day, the Cree had suffered devastating losses. Estimates range from 200 to 400 dead. The Blackfoot lost between 40 and 60 warriors. It was a decisive victory, and it changed the map of Western Canada forever. The aftermath was devastating. The Cree retreated east, and the Blackfoot controlled the region for another decade. But the victory came at a cost. Both nations were weakened just as the Canadian government was expanding westward. Within 15 years, both the Blackfoot and Cree would be forced onto reserves. Here's what makes this battle so important: it was the last great battle between Indigenous nations on the northern plains. After this, the real enemy wasn't each other, it was colonization. The buffalo were disappearing. Settlers were coming. And both nations would soon face the same fight for survival. Today, the Belly River still flows through southern Alberta. There's no monument. No plaque. No mention in most Canadian history books. But the Blackfoot and Cree remember. And now, so do you. This is the history they don't teach in schools. Share it. Subscribe for more stories from Indigenous history that deserve to be remembered. Comment below, what part of this story hit you hardest?